you've seen me before, you probably know that I live in the Appalachian Mountains. The other night, my parents were telling me about some of the creepy things that have happened to them, and I have to tell y'all some of these stories. My dad said that him and a buddy of his were going fishing one evening, and they had planned to stay there and sleep in his friend's car because they knew that he didn't have any headlights, so they wouldn't be able to see to drive out of there. So they packed up all their fishing gear and they drove out to Ross's Creek, which is a really secluded area here in eastern Kentucky. They drove his little Blazer miles and miles through the woods until they got to the spot where they wanted to fish at. They spent the rest of the evening fishing, and whenever it got dark, they decided to go ahead and get into the vehicle. They were going to sleep until the sun came up since he had no headlights. As they're both laying there trying to go to sleep, they hear somebody banging on the side of the car. My dad's friend goes, "Is that you, man?" My dad was like, "No, I was kind of hoping it was you, man." And if you know my dad, he's a pretty big man. He's like 6'4", 250 pounds, not scared of anything. So him and his buddy jump out of the vehicle, ready to fight whatever it was. And they're parked in like a big open field next to a creek bed. So you can see for a pretty good distance. And he said there was absolutely nothing there. So they got back in his vehicle. They decided to just try to go back to sleep and ignore it. And then it happened again. So they both jumped out again, ready to fight. Nothing there. They get back in the vehicle. This time he says it happens again, except instead of a few bangs on the side of the vehicle, he said it was like bam, 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 all around the whole vehicle. Like every single spot of the vehicle was being smacked at the same exact time over and over again. So they jump out again and still nothing there. So they jump back in the car and they're both freaked out at this point. And his friend was like, "Man, I'd about drive all the way out of here with no headlights." My dad was like, "Yeah, man, let's go." My dad's not scared of much, but he said you would never catch him camping out at Ross's Creek.